Hey everyone, Ludo here. Alright, let's keep going on this little bathroom project. The first room coming together in the house. Gotta start somewhere, right? I'm starting by running a few conduits for the sink area. These will be used either for lighting or to power an electrical outlet. I take the ends and clearly label where everything goes, because what feels obvious right now quickly turns into a distant memory. So better not rely on memory alone. It gets messy fast, so I add a few clips to keep everything neat and organized. My old PVC glue had completely dried out after sitting unused for so long, so I had to grab a new one to glue these sections of the drain. Given the length of this drain line, I'm allowing myself to ignore the flow direction on a few fittings. I'll practice creating proper female ends later on the lower section of the pipe. Before gluing, don't forget to roughen the PVC surfaces that will be bonded. Sandpaper works great. I also use a file or a cutter to create a slight chamfer on the male end of the pipe. I won't have any high-flow fixtures like a bathtub or toilet on this line, but I'm still adding an air admittance valve. Here's why. If the drain pipe fills completely with water, imagine a kind of water plug moving down the pipe due to a sudden high flow. It can actually siphon water out of other traps connected to the system. If there's no vent or air admittance valve installed, this creates negative pressure above that water plug, since the air can't enter due to the water-filled traps. Alright, now I'm adding a few reinforcements around the sink's access panel. And of course, I'll run the two multi-layer pipes to supply water to the sink. Next up, time for some drywall. I start with the sink area. Then I cut out the access panel and screw it into the supports I just installed. Now moving to this corner of the shower, along the structural wall, I can finally insulate it with wood fiber insulation. In the previous episode, I installed the concealed mixer, the supply lines, and the pipes for both the handheld shower and the ceiling shower. I pressure tested everything, so now I can move on. I also run conduits for the future LED strip in the shower. Inside the small niche, I add corner supports around the back, so I can later attach a drywall panel. After installing the insulation, I start adding furring strips on the upper parts of the shower to create that offset that will house the lighting strip.
Stay
I then add more furring strips on the shower ceiling, but I'm not going all the way just yet. You'll see why later. Since I have no real experience with drywall joints, I'm lucky to practice on walls that will be tiled afterward, so there's no pressure on getting a perfect finish. It's just about learning and getting comfortable with it. To finish the left side of the shower, I'll need to install wall outlet plates. I'll take care of that later. Right now, I feel like switching to the other side, the toilet area. Since I plan to create a niche here, I keep the framing relatively low. The goal is mainly to close off the room so I can move on to the floor. Now I'm working on the connection between the sink shower area and the technical space behind the toilet. I'm building a small service duct where everything will run, located just below the section where I exposed the stone wall back in episode 14. Then I use some leftover drywall pieces.
Acting like a wild man, sleeping like a child, so luminous and vibrant. I'm always in bloom for you, always in bloom, always in bloom for you.
After that, I continue my crash course on plastering and taping joints.
So many times I've stranded, a castaway, and I'm not sure. Although a stranger in this content, I'm always in bloom for you, always in bloom. Always in bloom for you. An infatuated light. Although it hurts me,
time to let the plaster set, and I'll see you in the next part of this bathroom build. Thanks for watching, and see you soon on Renov'Home.